Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this very special edition of the Dose Leprechauns podcast. I'm Leprechaun Jason.
Leprechaun Nate.
Checking in here in the freezing cold, frozen tundra of Southern California, Riverside to be exact. We're rejoined today by our producer extraordinaire, Matt McGinnis. He stays in the back because he's really, really ugly, but he's hooking us up today. Also, today we're going to be joined in just a few minutes by none other than 2008 Notre Dame football captain, Drue Tranquill, All-American.
2018, that is.
What did I say, 2019?
8.
I said 2018.
You said
Anyway, Drue Tranquill is coming on the show in a few minutes. And then we'll also be joined a little bit later on by tight end Nick Weishar, both guys who I think have a chance to make it to the NFL. Hopefully they both do. Let's get the audience moving here. Once again, we are going live exclusively here on the Dose Leprechauns media page. For those of you who don't know, we did change our name to Dose Leprechauns Media since we do a lot more than just the podcast now. We have the blogs from our team, we have the edits, we have the videos. I want to remind everybody, please check out our YouTube page. We have a new video dropping actually today by Ben Walters, the Bearded Gamer. It's going to be an Alizé Mac hype video, so make sure you guys check that out. That'll be dropping here just after the show. We'll also have an opportunity for call-ins right after the Drue Tranquill video. That number is live here on the show notes, 951-206-9403. So shoot us a call if you'd like to talk some Notre Dame football, talk a little recruiting. National Signing Day was extremely successful, I thought. Nate, why don't you go ahead and bring on Drue, and we'll get that interview going. Notre Dame had a very impressive class, I think, topped off on National Signing Day. It wasn't really a surprise, but he was waiting until signing day, which was Isaiah Foskey. I really think he's going to be a big-time player for us, so we'll see how that goes. All right, let's bring on Drue here.
Drue Tranquill speaking.
Hey, Drue, how you doing, man? This is Jason and Nate, the Dose Leprechauns.
Jason, hey, how we doing, man?
We're doing great. How are you?
Man, I can't complain out here in sunny California.
I was going to say, man, why'd you have to bring these freezing cold temperatures with you? I mean,
I don't want them out here, man. I don't want them.
I went out to my truck the other day, and there was actual ice. I haven't seen that in years out here, man. So I don't know what you Midwesterners are bringing out to Southern California, but you got to take it back with you.
Yeah, it's been really rainy too. I don't know why it's been like that, but yeah, it's been. But it's sunny here in LA today, so it's been good.
Just trying to make you guys feel welcome. So you're out in LA right now?
Well, I'm on my way there. I'll be there in about an hour.
Okay, so are you still training? You're training. Tell us about your training. What you're doing to get ready for the combine.
Yeah, I'm in Exos in Carlsbad. So we're honestly, man, we're just like track athletes. We're just training for the different events and kind of coming out of our strength phase now, and we'll head into kind of more of a speed phase these last 2 weeks as we kind of close it down, getting ready for that first week in March.
Sure. Okay. And I've noticed. I think I saw Alex Barr's out there with you too. Is that correct?
Yep, Alex and Alizé are both out there.
Oh, nice. Okay, good. So Alizé, Drue, and is it, you guys are all training, is it that Exos facility?
Yep, Exos in Carlsbad.
Is that kind of a well-known place for guys that are getting ready for the combine to work out at?
So Exos in general is typically, known as the premier place for athletes to train, but Exos has, I want to say upwards of like 10 facilities across the country. They've got a really popular one in Phoenix where Tavon and Jerry are at. They've got one in Florida, in Pensacola there. They've got one in Texas. So they're kind of all over the place.
Nice. Okay.
So what would you say your favorite memory at Notre Dame would be?
Jeez, man, there's so many. Honestly, so, in 2016 we go 4-8. I walk off the field, that last game, and just pretty defeated and upset, obviously, how the season went. So probably to finish off this season 12-0 on that same field at USC was a pretty memorable moment. I know after that 16 season, I hung that jersey up in my room. It's just kind of a token, a piece of memorabilia just to look at and remind myself of how low we were, and to hang that jersey up after this 18th season and see how far we came was pretty special for me.
So, Drue, obviously the big turnaround, 2016, obviously a disappointment. 2017, you guys make it to the Music City Bowl. You beat LSU, not the Music City Bowl. What game was that?
The Citrus
Bowl, sorry. You beat LSU, a highly ranked LSU team. And then this year, going undefeated. What do you really akin that big turnaround to? What do you think was so important to that successful turnaround?
Yeah, I don't think you can attribute it to one thing. I know Coach Coach Kelly did a tremendous job bringing in staff members that we needed to fill. And, I think one person on the whole staff I kind of attribute a lot of it to is Coach Bayless, and just the way he was able to unify a group of guys coming off such a low season, and bring them all together and unify them and start building a culture where championships are the expectation. And I think you see that in Coach Bayless, just the way he comes to work every day, just so consistent, no highs, no lows, the same guy. Like, guys love going to work out for him because, like, he just loves you so much, and like that love is something I didn't necessarily experience. Ever, like, growing up in my training, it was just something special, and that's kind of one area I really saw dramatic change, and it really helped us in terms of our success on the field.
Did you experience a lot of change in terms of the way you prepared your body in the off season, from going from safety to linebacker?
Honestly, it was kind of a natural progression. We always knew I was more of a linebacker than a safety. We just didn't have the personnel to move me there. We were stacked at linebacker with Jalen Smith and Greer Martini and Niles and Tavon and all these guys. We didn't really need another linebacker. What we needed was a safety to run the defense, and we had so many young guys back there. And kind of as those freshmen, Jalen Elliott, Devin Studstill, those guys kind of came into their own, we were like, we can comfortably go ahead and move me down to linebacker.
Nice. And so now looking up ahead to the future, 2019, Asmer Belial is coming back. Who do you see kind of jumping into those roles that you and Tavon are going to vacate this year?
Well, I'll talk on Asmar a little bit for now. Asmar is a guy who has not played to the level that he's capable of. If you were to ask anybody within the program who's the most athletic linebacker on our team, anyone without hesitation would say Asmar. I mean, the kid ran a 4.44. We were timing our 40s last spring, and so to me, he's a guy who just needs best. And honestly, take over from a leadership perspective. I think there's going to be a lot of competition amongst the young guys. I think you've got John Jones and Jordan Jim Markeith and kind of Asmar kind of coming back as veteran guys and really wanting to prove themselves. But you've got guys like Jack Lamb, Drue White, Jeremiah Wusu coming off injury, Shane Simon, Jack Kaiser, all these young guys coming in. It's going to be fun to watch unfold here in the spring. But for me, from a production standpoint, it's got to be Asmar this year. He's a freak of an athlete. He's really just got to step in and own it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you mentioned some of the young guys. I'm really, really excited to see these new guys. Shane Simon, Bo Bauer, some of those kind of guys too.
Yeah.
I think somebody mentioned in one of the articles that that linebacking group that was recruited is one of the best Notre Dame's ever had collectively. So they got some big shoes to fill, obviously, with you and Tavon. But I think we're going to be in pretty good hands.
For sure.
Justin Knox wants to know what do you expect to run in the 40 at the combine?
Well, I mean, my goal is a 4.55, and really anything in the 4.5s, low 4.5s to mid 4.5s is what I'm aiming for. You got to do a lot of different things to be successful there, and it'll be some good competition, and it'll be a long 4 days, and then they take everything out of you, and then on the last day you're asked to perform, and so we'll have to make sure I'm taking care of my body and getting my fluids and getting everything so that I can dial up my best effort.
And I'm assuming you'll be working out as a linebacker out there at the combine?
Yeah, I'll be going as linebacker.
Nice.
So if there was one team that you could pick to go on in the NFL, what would it be?
Man, honestly, so it's funny because NFL teams will actually ask you this. The scouts will ask you this when you're interviewing with them. But, my first answer is honestly, man, any team that will employ me. But, I grew up watching the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. I love the tenacity they play defense with. I love the pride and the tradition of, Steeler football. And if it wasn't for the dang Patriots, we'd have the most Super Bowls in the Super Bowl area. And so, maybe I'll throw out the Pittsburgh Steelers just because it was a childhood team of mine.
That's cool. Yeah, Nate's a little disappointed in that answer because he's a big Charger fan. He wants you to join Isaac over in L.A.
Hey, it's not. I love it out here in California, so it wouldn't be bad.
Well, it'd make it easier for us to go follow two of our Notre Dame guys, so that'd be great too. But yeah, we just whatever team you get on is going to be great. So Patrick McCormick would like to know, where did you learn to be such a relentless, reliable tackler?
You said reliable tackler?
Yeah, relentless, reliable tackler.
Yeah. I mean, for me, there was a transition point in my career in 2016 where we came off the game against Michigan State, and there was a tackle I missed there in the fourth quarter. It was a jet sweep. I want to say the handoff to number 12. I forget his name, but I had an opportunity to tackle him in the backfield and get our offensive ball back for a 2-minute drill, and I wasn't able to do that. And I missed the tackle. And for me, that was a really low point in that season for me. And honestly, I just practice. I just took it upon myself and said, I'm going to. That's not going to be me. Never again will I let my team down like that. So it was, 10, 15 minutes before practice. It was time after practice. I was constantly seeking out coach on, what drills can I do to put my body in a position to be, a successful tackler, a reliable tackler, and, a relentless tackler, like you said. And so I think it really comes to a point where it's just got to be the individual taking pride in their craft and their technique, and everybody wants to say, well, I did the work, I did what everybody else did, but it's really the guys who succeed are the guys who do it when nobody's watching, who do the extra reps themselves, and, take such pride in their work.
Nice. Yeah, you have a brother that played collegiately also. What's he up to nowadays?
So he's still playing. He's at Western Michigan, and he's got another year here. He's coming up on his redshirt senior year. Is he a late safety linebacker hybrid type also? He's a safety, pure safety.
Okay, all right, very cool. So do you have any expectations of what the combine's going to be like with Exos? Do they kind of put you through some of the drills, like, do they have you rep out on the bench and things like that, or is it all just really getting your body ready to go?
We just repped out on the bench today. We just simulated kind of what that'll feel like and be like today. So they do a tremendous job, man. We, there'll obviously be surprises here and there, but for the most part, I'm geared up and ready for what's coming.
So we asked about the 40 time, the other highlight reel. What's your bench? How many are you looking to rep out on the bench?
Well, I hit 31 today, so I guess anything above that
225
will be a success for me.
And just so everybody knows that's never watched, that's 31 reps at 225 pounds. So that's not that's lineman power right there, man. That's awesome.
I gotta shed those guys. That's what I'm going to.
That's right. Okay, cool. So going back to your time at Notre Dame, we always like to ask this question because we're huge Brian Kelly supporters. Do you have a message for any of the fans out there who may be kind of down on Kelly or those type of things? And we don't, you go 12-0 undefeated, get some bad lucks in the Clemson game, and then everybody wants to, we need a coach that can win the big one and blah blah blah. So what's your message to people that kind of doubt Coach Kelly?
Well, a lot of people want to compare Coach Kelly to Dabo Swinney or Nick Saban or whatever. And the truth is, every coach has their own coaching style. And no, coaching style is the perfect recipe. Dabo, for example, is just a totals players coach. Just loves being around the players, all in, family, whatever. Nick Saban is he's a ball coach, a business guy. He's not the guy that's going to be all in, whatever. And so Coach Kelly's style, Coach Kelly I really see as a guy with a blend. He's a guy who is truly a businessman at heart. And I think you see that in 2016 when he just, was willing to let go of his honestly, one of his best friends and his close friend, Paul Longo, and bring in another guy from the program. He's a guy that ultimately has his players' best interests at heart. Just the way he goes about his day, getting every bit of data and detail he can on his players so that he can bring in stuff, whether it was the Omega Wave this year, the GPS units, anything that he can do to help his players, he's doing. And so it's a style-to-style basis, and Coach Kelly has his style, and other coaches have theirs.
Perfect answer. Yeah, that's great. I think that Coach Kelly has proven himself to be one of the top tier coaches in all of college football. So I think sky's the limit moving forward. Brian Ginzer, local South Bend guy, teacher in South Bend, wants to know where your favorite place was outside of the football stadium on campus in Notre Dame.
Favorite place on campus? Well, probably my favorite place and where I spent the most time aren't the same because I was always in the engineering building doing homework and having to do that. So for me, it was down by the lakes. I loved sitting on the rocks down there and watching sunsets. That's one of my favorite things to do, and so I'd probably have to stay down by the lakes.
Okay, and spend some time at the grotto, I'm assuming, also.
Yeah, very much so.
So what made Notre Dame the place for you to go? I know you're you obviously it's an institution of higher learning like no other. It's a very famous football program. What made you decide Notre Dame's the place I need to be?
Well, I mean, you just said two of them right there, but for me, I'll be honest, I'm very much a family guy. And I'm the oldest of 5 siblings, have 3 younger brothers and a younger sister. And so, finding a place where I could get a prestigious education and, play for a great football team in front of a national audience on a week-to-week basis was important. But I also wanted my siblings to be able to watch me. I wanted to watch them grow up. I wanted to be close to home. And so that's kind of was the selling point for me.
So you mentioned family. So obviously, a lot of people I know got to see your gender reveal. What names are we thinking about for the newest Leprechaun?
So we're pretty set on Elijah as his first name. Now we're going back and forth with the middle name. We like James. We also like Drue. So we're kind of going back and forth on what that might be.
If Elijah Tranquill is not a football name, I don't know what is, man. So I think that's a good selection. So, and you did just get married last year, also, right?
Yeah, we did, July 2018.
Well, congratulations to both you guys on everything. That's just that's a great thing, man.
I appreciate that, Jason.
So, do you have anything else you'd like to say to the fans? We got quite an audience growing here. That everybody, literally, all the comments are "Thank you for everything. You're an honor to watch play." All those types of things. So, do you have anything else you'd like to mention to the fans? Anything else you'd like to kind of plug on your end?
Well, I mean, honestly, so the Indy fan base and Notre Dame Nation in general has just been so generous to me. I just came in a kid from Fort Wayne, Indiana, who, at one point when I was in 9th grade, was told I wouldn't be able to play Division I football because I was white. And, you guys just embraced me, loved me, supported me, through the ups and downs of my career. And I couldn't be more thankful for you guys. That'll always be Indy Nation at heart for me. And I can't wait to come back and see the amazing things we continue to do in the future. So thank you guys so much.
Definitely, man. So how can people follow your trek to the NFL?
Well, you can follow me on Instagram at Tranquill or on Twitter. I've got a draft story going on, and I'll continue to share that over that, and then I'll be releasing a documentary come close to draft time on kind of my journey, and so just be on the lookout for that. I'm excited to continue this thing going.
Yeah, man. Make sure you tag us on that. We definitely want to share that. You're definitely a class act, man. And as a fellow Christian, I just want to say God bless and thank you for all you've done to bring Christ's name out there and everything that you do as well.
Well, I certainly appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Stay safe out here in the torrential downpours and the freezing cold temperatures, bud.
Sounds good, Jason. Aiden, it was so good to talk to you guys.
You too, man. Go Irish.
We'll see it. Go Irish.
Well, that was just all kinds of awesome. That was Drue Tranquill, number 23. I'm telling you right now, man, Drue Tranquill is going to go down as one of those names that are synonymous with Notre Dame, right? Joe Montana, Jerome Bettis, Tim Brown, Jalen Smith, all these classic guys. Drue Tranquill will go down as one of those names. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree, but it's always like the linebackers, like the past couple of years, Jalen and Drue.
Manti.
Manti.
You get these guys that, and again, we always say this when we have these guys on and we interview them. I can't think of one guy that we've ever had on that was, an egotistical maniac or anything like that. Was more about me than we. These guys just really are one of the main reasons why I love Notre Dame so much. It's like you don't get these egos that you get in some of the other teams. Drue, he said one of the places he spent the most time was in the library studying for exams and tests and doing homework and things like that. So really setting a great example for the youth today, and Drue just really is synonymous with that, I think. So that was just awesome. Thank you guys for all your questions. Stay with us. We have Nick Weishar coming up in a little bit. Give us a call. We're gonna have some phone call opportunities now. 951-206-9403. We'll take your calls for about 15-20 minutes here before we get Nick Weishar on. Tight end Nick Weishar is going to be joining us as well. This is our second show of 2019. We did a show right after the game that shall not be mentioned. By the way, who saw the article that came out today that Clemson, or that Dabo Swinney was saying that some of his players might have mistakenly taken some sort of HGH type stuff? Anybody see that? So, like, I tweeted this out on the Dos Everhunts page. I said, so by my math and by Central Florida's math, that makes us national champions, right? Because they cheated. Right, Corn? You agree? I mean, they cheated or runner-up. I mean, Clemson put it on Alabama, so that makes us the champs, right? Okay, no comment. No comment. All right. Let's see. Anybody call in? There's a phone line open. We only have one phone line, but that one is open currently. 206-9403. Don't be scared. Come on in. You can say you were the first call after Drue Tranquill. So give us a call. Let's talk about Drue Tranquill. Let's talk about the recruiting class. Talk about whatever you want. Who is your favorite athlete that was recruited this year, the 2019 Fight Club? For me, I'm going to have to say it's probably Isaiah Foskey. That kid is special. I think he's 6'6", something like that, 250, 260, somewhere in that range. Fast, he can play. He knows how to play. He's got a good head on his shoulders. Really, really awesome athlete that we got in. We're set at defensive end this year, I think, with Dalen and Julian Aquara, Adam Malola brothers, those guys. So I don't know how much playing time Foskey's going to get, but I definitely think he's going to be an impact guy here in the next few years. I said, Tim Strang says Foskey, exactly. Let's go back here. It says, Jason Pruitt says, champs, just like in 93. I don't know what that means. Tim Strang looking good, fellas. Thanks, buddy. Provided by Clemson. John Foley says, great work, guys. Thanks, John. 1988 national champion right there. Where's Bill Hackett? Where are you at, Bill? Give us a call, man. He usually joins us. 6'4", 235 is the height on Foskey. Justin Knox, why don't you call in, man? We got an open phone line here, 951-206-9403. Let's talk some recruiting. Let's talk some 2019 projections. I'm gonna put a controversial take out there that Nate's not gonna like. I think Phil Jurakovic's gonna take the starting job from Ian.
No.
We all saw what happened in the Clemson game. I love Ian Book, man. I really do. He got 11 wins for us this year, 10 wins for us this year. But Phil Jurakovic can push the ball downfield. I think he's a little bit more athletic. So just wait, man. Just wait for spring ball. You're going to see some things out of my boy. Yeah, Nate's very mad.
Well, I mean...
Who is this guy? What are you talking about? Anyway, let's see. Where are we at here, guys? I'm calling somebody. If you don't answer, it means you're scared. Better answer the phone. Let's see. Who are you going to call? I'm going to pick on somebody. Keep talking, Nate.
Well, he's kind of wrong on that because he picked Wimbush to start last year.
That is true.
Which he did for Michigan, but then Book came
here we go.
in.
We got a call from Greenville, South Carolina. Let's see who we got coming on. Good afternoon. Who's this?
Hey, it's Kent.
What's up, Kent? Kim Murphy in the house, veteran of the Army.
You better be listening to Nate.
Why?
Jacoby ain't gonna pass him this year.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see.
Nah, because look at what happened. Ian Book, he did a great job all year long. I went on happy feet in the big game.
I went on air after Ian Book started getting some wins for us, and I publicly apologized and said I was wrong. Gave Nate his props because Nate said it from like this time last year. Ian Book's going to start over Wimbush. I said you're crazy, kid, but he was right. But this year, I'm telling you, man, I'm pulling the upset. Phil Jurakovic, just wait, guys.
Don't get me wrong. I like Jurakovic. I think he's going to be a really good quarterback for us. I just don't think he's going to be able to overtake Ian yet.
We'll see. See. Hey, Ken. Let's talk a little fantasy. Let's talk a little Notre Dame fantasy camp. So I got some big news coming on that. Hopefully at the end of February. But why don't you give people a little highlight reel of what fantasy camp's all about?
Well, for one, you basically start out the whole week. You start getting your pads and everything, get sized up, and then you go in and you have your dinner, and you get to meet all of the players. I mean, you start from the beginning of the week to the end of the week, and you are entrenched with the players and all these questions that you're asking them online right now. You get to do it face to face.
That's awesome.
And you get to do everything that the players do there on campus. You get wined and dined. The whole red carpet's out. You get to keep all the gear that you get. The first years get to keep their helmet. And from then on out, each year is going to be a different surprise. This will be my fourth year, and it does not get old. This is awesome. It's changed my life a lot.
That's awesome, man. Well, like I said, I got some news coming on that in February. At the end of February, I'll be coming on live to talk about it. So for the discounted low price of just $5,000, you too can go to Notre Dame Fantasy Football. But,
it's worth every penny.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. All right, brother. Well, hey, thanks for calling in, man. I'll talk to you soon.
Hey, take care, guys.
Go Irish, brother.
Go Irish.
I got Robert Miller, who works in South Bend, actually works at Notre Dame Stadium. Robert, why don't you give us a call, man? Let's talk. Matt McGinnis said, he's sitting right in front of us. Matt Core McGinnis, our producer extraordinaire, says, has Jason ever been, what do you say, has Jason ever made a pick that came true? Not really. No, my picks are not that great.
How'd fantasy football go this year, by the way?
Yeah, fantasy football didn't go real well. I came in dang near dead last in every league. Congrats to Mike Hogley, I think is how you say his last name. Lives in Minnesota. He won the Dose Leprechauns inaugural fantasy football league and got a pretty sweet championship belt, and we put that up on the page. If you're interested in doing a March Madness bracket, Dose Leprechauns, we're going to host one of those. Those are pure luck. I mean, let's be honest, whoever thinks the 16 seed is going to beat the 1 or whatever else like that. So if you're interested in getting in on that, let me know. Hey, dude, I'm sitting right here. You don't have to he's sitting here dead last, every penny. Yeah, thanks, man. Hey, Nate, nope, hope you liked the Sports Illustrated. Yeah, we loved it, Bob. Give us a call, 206-9403. Let me see. I'm going to find somebody else to pick on here. Nate?
Oh, Robert Whitaker.
Oh, here we go. Ooh, somebody's calling from South Bend. Good afternoon. Who's this?
Hey.
Who is this?
This is Mr. Robert L. Miller from South Bend, Indiana.
Hey, Robert. How are you, buddy?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you been?
I've been good. Hey, so I saw in the comments you said that Ian Book's working out with some kind of famous guys, so I'm assuming you're being, a little sarcastic. So who's he been working out with?
I know for a fact Montana's been in town for about 2 weeks. I don't know what the hell Lewis Nix is doing in town. Lewis is here, too. He's been here for about a month and a half. I just had him over for breakfast the other day.
Now, tell everybody where you work so they know what you're talking about.
The Notre Dame coaches, I know we had 2 quarterback coaches in from Chicago Bears in for one of the hockey games, so they've been over at the stadium too. So I don't know who all he's working with, but they're out every day. I don't know what's going on there because they're rushing to get that new stadium opened up, the indoor stadium, and we see most of those guys every day. So
Bob is a guy that's around the players on a regular basis, a guy that works at the stadium. Can you verify for me, for those that haven't met a lot of the players, how great are the Notre Dame football student athletes?
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Oh, every sport. I've interacted with every sport on this end of it. So from the girls' basketball to the men's football, the men's team, I really figured I'd get to see a big morale slap, coming in when these guys got back from that last game. And I don't think, it's kind of tough. I make comments all the time about how you can't play against a team that, these guys are, they're professional football caliber, these guys are. And the standards that Notre Dame puts on their players for graduation rates is going to always affect that. There's no way of getting around it. But, I see these guys when they come in freshman year, really great. We got the new guys in. Some of the early recruits came in already. And then with this last bunch, I know we had some in for the hockey game. I don't know why they came in for that beginner class. But, I don't see, and I don't think we're going to lose the size. We'll lose it, but we're going to gain it back on the other end. And these guys know, all of them know which one's got to pick up the pace, to make up for who's on.
Sure.
So I think it's going to be a disappointing draft for some of these guys. Some of them are ready to go. So, you hate to say it, but.
Yeah, well, some of them are small. They're 18 years old, probably a little younger in some cases, so I get that. So, Robert, go ahead.
That younger guy we got, the kid was a freshman last year. I can't think of his name. Quarterback.
Phil Dracovic?
Yeah. This kid's got an arm, man. I'll tell you what. He's got it going. So, the future on that end looks really good.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I think a lot of people are going to be surprised this year with Ian Book too. So
you must have just missed me. You must have just missed me saying it. But my sleeper pick to start at quarterback for us is Phil Jurkovec. I think he's going to unseat Ian as our starter.
I'll tell you what I saw. They're in and out of the stadium. Coming in and out. I know they were trying to get some play time on the field. We had a couple 50-degree days after that snow burst, or the cold burst that we had. And then it just went, we just had 50 again the last couple of days, and now it's back down to 10 degrees.
Wait a sec. You said you think it's colder in South Bend than it is Riverside, California?
It's, I think we got up to 20 today.
Oh,
it was down to 8 or 10 last night again. It was Thursday. Thursday it was 59 degrees, and Thursday night, Friday morning was 11 or 9 or something like that. And it went down 50 degrees.
I guess that's a little colder than 36. I'll give you that.
Yeah, when you made the comment about the windbreaker, I told you where you could put that umbrella.
All right, hey Bob, we'll talk to you a little bit later. We're gonna get Nick Weishar on here in a few minutes, bud.
All right, man. Say hello, Nate, and anything else you guys need on the other end of it, just let me know.
Thank you again for the magazine.
If you like to get a hold of one of them balls, let me know. I'll help you out here too.
Thank you again for the magazine, by the way.
Oh, not a problem, man. Not a problem at all. You know what? These guys are more than willing. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Anything you're looking for, just give me a shout.
Perfect. Thank you, bud.
See you, man. You take it easy.
Go Irish. All right, so one quick thing, I want to recognize a few of our sponsors, Legends and we don't have the sponsors up anymore. Dang it. Legends and Goats, autographs and memorabilia. Check them out online. As I understand it, they now have some pretty exclusive rights to Jalen Smith autograph sessions. So trying to get my boy to bring a session out here in SoCal, maybe when they're playing the Chargers or somewhere out here next year, the Rams, whatever.
They don't play the Cowboys.
Okay, whatever. Also, I want to give a shout out to Exec Global Tours on Twitter. Their Twitter handle is @EGTTOURS. If our producer can put that in the show notes here, it's @EGTTOURS, Exec Global Tours. For those of you that don't know, they do a really cool thing in Ireland. It's the Legends Golf Tour of Ireland. And it's pretty expensive, but it's well worth it. It's for Lou's lads. You got Lou Holtz, Tim Brown, looks like Tony Rice out there, Reggie Brooks, Rick Meyer. It includes an amazing package of 6 nights, deluxe hotel accommodations, 6 rounds of championship golf, guaranteed tee times, full Irish breakfast every day, self-drive minivan for 4 golfers, services of offices while traveling, custom designed vinery. What does that mean? Itinerary vinery. So check them out. Once again, Exec Global Tours. They're going to probably be jumping on here with us and hopefully getting somebody to come in and talk about the amazing experience that is in Ireland. I'll put it in those show notes here in a minute. Anthony DeRico, hey Bill, what's up, brother? Oh, he's talking to Bill Hackett. We got Bill Hackett here joining us on the live post here. Bill Hackett, number 18 on the 1988 National Championship team. Good friend of the shows, just a good guy in general. Robert Miller said also World Soccer in the stadium in July. Oh, that's cool. Let's see what else we got here. Ken Murphy, old age. Nick Yoder added about Notre Dame athletes. Nicest people in the world. I've never seen a Notre Dame athlete walk around campus that didn't have a smile on their face. Great point, Nick. And honestly, how can you blame them? They're getting a quality education at one of the most beautiful places on earth, and we all strive to be at that point. Ken Murphy said, "Wasn't Bill Hackett a kicker?" Yes, he was. Ken Murphy, you're a punter, and I know you're getting some tips from our boy Tyler Newsome, who we got to get Tyler Newsome on the show, man.
Yeah.
Tyler's such a great kid. Robert also mentioned Lewis Nix. So remember good old Lou, Big Lou, Irish Chocolate. We got to get Lou on the show, man. Lou, if you're watching, come on the show, man. We need to bring you on and tell everybody what you're up to. It sounds like he's out in South Bend, and get him on to see what's going on and get Lou back out there. He's a hilarious guy, so I'd love to have him on the show. Once again, phone line's going to be open for another few minutes, and we'll bring on Nick Weishar, 951-206-9403. Let's see, I'm going to keep talking, Nate. Let's get Patrick on here. See, he's not answering. Ben, let's see if Pruitt's available. None of the guys are in your phone.
Saw him up in the mountains.
Okay, well, nobody is jumping on, so why don't we give Nick a call now and see if we can get him charged up a little bit early. So we're going to give Nick Weishar a call, tight end for the Irish. Let's see if he is around.
call has been.
All right, we'll try him again a little bit later. It's a little early still, so we will shoot his number out there again, or we'll shoot for him in just a little bit. Let's talk a little bit more about the guys in the class that you liked this last year.
I liked Isaiah Rutherford a lot.
Rutherford, yeah. Zay.
Yep. That's really my top guy. But like you said, our D-line's going to be really good.
Yeah.
And I hope that it gets to the point that we can have as good D-linemen as Alabama and Clemson does.
What do you think about who do you think is going to replace Julian Love on his side of the field at corner?
It's kind of hard to tell right now. It's really just who has a good spring. It's maybe Asmir.
Well, Asmer's playing linebacker.
Yeah, but maybe he'll switch.
No, he's not switching to corner.
But
he's too big.
We need a corner.
I think Houston Griffith might be a guy that they look at there. He is more of a safety build, but I think he can play corner as well. Troy Pride, I think, is going to be a lockdown corner on the other side. So I can see Houston Griffith playing there. I really could see some of the young guys stepping up to play there too. Tariq Bracey got some playing time last year. I could see him filling some of that void. So, Nick Weishar's calling right now. Hey, good afternoon, Nick. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. Sorry for calling a little bit early. We kind of had some dead space there, so we're going to give it a shot. Is this still a good time for you?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Awesome. So you had mentioned you were working out earlier. Are you getting ready for the combine also?
Yeah, so I'm not going to the combine, but getting ready for the pro day at March. I think tentatively scheduled for March 20th at ND. So
okay,
getting ready for that.
Very cool, man. And how's that going so far?
It's going really well. Just been here for about 4 weeks now. Times have increased in about everything, and bench press reps increasing too. So feeling good, and obviously got a couple more weeks to work and get better and faster and stronger. So everything's going really well.
Right on, man. So before we get too much into talking about football and fun things like that, I want to give you some time to talk about Wishfest. I've been following that since you guys started it up, and I just think it's an amazing thing that you're doing for your brother, and I'd love to have you spend some time talking about it and letting people know how they can get involved or find out more about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, and I know you guys have been always just so unbelievable with social media and reaching out to me and things like that, so thanks for all that. Just a little bit of the background of the story. So in 2012, I was a junior in high school. My older brother Andrew passed away from colon cancer, and his last wish was to be able to pay forward the kindness and generosity that he was shown throughout his battle. So, when Andrew was sick, we basically had thousands of people literally come up to our door and, offer their helping hand and whatever they could do to make Andrew's, journey with cancer as easy as possible. So Andrew, his last wish was to be able to show, hundreds of families that kind of same support, people that don't really have that, great family background that, my family had, and he wanted other people to be able to have that same sort of atmosphere around them as they're going through their journey. So with that, my family and my older brother, Dan, kind of spearheaded this whole thing, but we put together the Andrew Weishar Foundation, and what the Andrew Weishar Foundation does is fundraise money and then collect money and give it directly to families and children with cancer, who are in need. And there's a lot of great organizations out there that raise money for cancer research and things like that, but a lot of the times the families that really need help the most aren't getting it directly. So the Andrew Weishar Foundation gives money directly to families just to do whatever they want with it, whether it be pay bills, parking tolls that they go to when they're going to their chemo treatments, to a vacation if they need to just get away from the house for a little bit. So we've helped over about 190 families now. Wow. Since 2013, and given away almost $1 million. So this thing has really been growing, and the Notre Dame community has been really spectacular with that as well. Our main fundraiser is called Wishfest, which is an all-day music festival held in the south side of Chicago every December. And, we just a couple months out from our last one in December. It was our biggest one yet. We raised over $250,000, and it's just, like I said, just keeps growing and getting better and then more fun, and more people are getting involved. So it's been a really cool thing for me just to experience, obviously, carrying on my older brother's legacy, but also just being able to put a smile on a kid's face who's had some hard times. So that's probably been the most rewarding thing for me. And, for people who are interested in learning more about it, they can visit wishfest.com.
weishfest.com, and that'll lead you to the WishFest site and our foundation in general. So. Thanks for allowing me to get that out there.
Oh, absolutely, man. We really believe in it very much, and what you guys do is just incredible. I was just saying right after we had Drue on just a little bit ago, and every guest that we've had on, man, is so great, just not on the field, but also off the field. And that's one of the reasons it's always been, Notre Dame's been so close to my heart. But your thing in particular, the WishFest really has always captured my attention. And I think that it's just so cool that, you're genuinely paying it forward. And I think that once you get into the NFL and you start getting that spotlight as well, it's only going to help it get even bigger and more people to help. So that's just awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. Yeah, and that's been one of the things. Obviously, I got a lot of buddies in the NFL, and they've all been, hopping on board too. We had Q do the My Cleats, My Cause this year.
Yep.
Deshaun did that a few years ago as well too. So it's been really cool, and hopefully just keeps on getting bigger and bigger.
So those big Q cleats that he did, he had a lot of room to ride on them, I'm sure, because they're probably like size 25 or something like that. I mean, big old monstrous animal out there.
Yeah, he's a big dude, that's for sure. And I'm not sure what size cleats he's wearing these days, but I'm sure they're up there in the teens.
Yeah. So let's talk a little football. You're getting ready for the pro day. Are you doing the same kind of drills and things like that the guys getting ready for the combine are doing, like the bench and the 40 and the shuttle and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, exactly. So I'll be doing, the pro day, we do all that same stuff. And then after we do all the drills and stuff, we'll take time with, a couple of the NFL scouts and coaches that are there. We'll put us through some tight end drills, and do a little bit of blocking there too, obviously, get so that we can do that. Just really excited, and I've been trying to talk to Durham Smythe, a little bit about it. He went through it last year, so he's been giving me some tips and, letting me know a little bit about what the pro day is about. So it's been really cool to have guys like that have gone through it.
So at Notre Dame, what was your favorite game that you played in?
My favorite game. So that's a really, really good question. Obviously, I had a lot of great experiences, and the first one that comes to mind was Michigan game, both years, honestly. So grew up in Chicago, so Michigan was always one of the big teams to watch. So being able to beat them. The first fashion we did 31-0, I think, or 38-0, something like that, was pretty cool. That was a few years ago, obviously. And then this year was unbelievable start to the season too. And they're obviously a great team, very well coached. But anytime you can beat Michigan, it's pretty special.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna just throw it out there. I think one of my favorite moments that I saw of your career was that touchdown catch against Temple in the home opener in 2017. What was going through your mind on that? Because it almost looked like Brandon was shooting for somebody else below you, and I don't know if it sailed high and you just happened to be in the right place, but man, that was a sick catch. What was going through your mind on that deal?
Yeah, thanks. That was so that was honestly one of the routes I've never even got thrown to in practice. I'm not really the first read on that. I'm kind of just a crossover, maybe get in the quarterback's view at the end of the play if he's scrambling a little bit kind of deal.
Yeah.
But he was, I know he was getting a little bit pressured, and he just saw a tight window. It was an incredible throw by him. I still watch that and be like, holy cow, he slung that thing in there. But,
sure.
Actually I kind of I don't even really remember the actual catch that much. I think I just kind of blacked out a little bit in my first touchdown. I just kind of remember getting up and, having the whole team there celebrating with me was pretty cool. And that's definitely a moment I'll remember forever.
Absolutely, man. That was just an incredible catch. So, Notre Dame's kind of got the stigma lately of tight end U. What does it feel to be included in that group? I mean, you hear, and this is meant to be no disrespect at all, but you hear some of the name, you hear Alizé, you hear some of these other guys, Durham Smythe, like you mentioned. Sometimes it seemed like you were a little bit lost in the shuffle, but to me, you were always Mr. Reliable. If the ball was thrown to you, you were catching it. If you were blocking somebody, they were probably getting their ass kicked. So what does it mean to be part of that whole fraternity?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. We've had a lot of great tight ends, like you mentioned, and that was something that, when I was getting recruited, obviously played a huge role in how Notre Dame used tight ends. And, even when Coach Long came in and kind of, redeveloped us into more pass catchers was really cool to see too. But, me, my whole career there, I was just kind of, a guy that, I was given a role mostly as a blocking tight end, and that was something that I took head on, and had no problem. Whatever the coaches asked me to do, and I feel like I did it very well, and that's what I'm excited kind of at the next level, and to be able to show pro day and after that what I can do as a receiving tight end, and really show that I can be the kind of the all around tight end that Notre Dame fans are used to seeing at Notre Dame. And like I said, I was asked to do more of a different role, but I feel like I can do both. So excited to be able to show that at the next level.
Awesome. So obviously with you and Alizé heading on to the NFL this year, that leaves a pretty big gap. But I think Coach Long has done a good job of getting some of the younger guys in. You hear a lot about the Cole Kmets of the world, Brock Wright. But let's talk a little bit about Tommy Tremble, man. It seems like he's kind of flown under the radar too. What's your take on the tight end group of the future?
Yeah, absolutely. Tommy Tremble and George Takis are both going to be really, really good players. They're both a little different in how they, how their bodies are built. Tommy's a little smaller in terms of probably not going to be your prototypical on the line, drive somebody 5 yards off the ball kind of tight end, but he'll be more of an H-back, able to really create mismatches on linebackers and safeties because of his speed and route running ability. So he's a pretty special player. Just watching him, go through his freshman redshirt season and seeing him get stronger and bigger was something that was cool to see. And he's going to have a great future at Notre Dame as a tight end too. And then George, a little bit different in terms of the way he plays too. He's a little bit bigger, a little bit taller, a little bit thicker. So I think he'll have a better role as more of an inline blocker, and he's going to be really good at it. He's already, he came in freshman year and was benching 225 like 20 times. He was just a beast in the weight room, and I think the redshirt year benefited them both a lot. Being able to learn, from me and from Alizé, some older guys, and just how to carry themselves on and off the field. They're both going to be pretty special, and again, they get to learn from Brock and Cole for another couple of years too. So that room's going to be something to watch, definitely, as the tight end rooms go, and the entire country. I think that's still going to be one of the best ones.
Nice.
During the USC game this past year, what was going through your mind as you guys were down?
Yeah, that's also a good question. It's kind of, whatever you're getting down in a game, what was great about this year's team is there's never any finger blaming or finger pointing. No one's blaming each other. It's kind of just you surround yourself with the guys and you talk things out. You say, what do you see on this play? What's going on when we do this? And the coaches always do a great job at halftime in terms of adjustments and things like that. But what's going through our minds as players is just to be able to focus on what we can control every snap. Do your job. If you get your job done, you trust your teammate to get his job done too, then we can start moving the ball offensively and get things going that way. So, that's what was so special about this team this year, going 12-0. It's just the mindset when things weren't going our way that you just kind of hunker down and rely on each other and just trust everybody to do their job and things will get going. So that's what we did, and that's how we ended up, having such a great year.
When you guys kind of were breaking camp and going through the summer drills and all the hard work that goes into getting ready for the season, obviously at Notre Dame winning a championship is the first thing. There's no conference championship, so it's going 12-0, undefeated, and then getting into the playoffs. So was there ever a point in the season where you guys were like, man, this team is really something special like it was? Or did you guys just kind of continue that mindset that you had from the get-go that you knew you guys were going to be special?
Yeah, that's kind of, we knew we had something special. Like you said, those summer workouts and, what their guys are going through right now, the Valentine's Day lifts, things like that. That's when you kind of come together as a team, and we realize that, this group is a different group and more special than it has been my previous 4 years. So what those guys are going through right now is something that will obviously play a huge role in the next season for them. And, as far as, when we started winning more games, you get to 6-0, 7-0, everyone on the outside's talking about, is Notre Dame a playoff team, whatever, and that kind of stuff. And we didn't really pay a huge amount of attention. And that's something we learned from previous years too, when we were in the playoff talk at, week 8, week 9, 2015 year, 2017 year, we kind of had those playoff talks. And I think we let a little bit of that get to our heads in terms of, not really focusing on our day-to-day, ambitions. So that's something that the senior leadership this year made sure the guys were understood, that none of that playoff talk matters. It's, what you were doing on a daily basis and what we're doing on the Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday leading up to the games. So
Sure.
As a senior leader, that was something that, we really focused on.
One other quick question here. Let's just say for some reason things don't work out in the NFL, or maybe you get drafted late and your practice squad or something like that. Do you have the ability to go and sign or play in the AAF, the new league out there?
Yeah, I think that's definitely something that I would consider if that was the route for me. But obviously, like you said, the goal for me right now and what I'm putting all my energy towards is the NFL. But I think, talking to guys like Greer and Niles Morgan who are in the AAF, I think that's a really cool opportunity for guys that still have the love for the game and passion to still show what they have and show that they can make an NFL team. So
Sure.
I think that whole new league is pretty cool. And, hopefully the whole football community responds well to it, and, they get some good viewership on TV and stuff. So it'll be really cool to see how that all pans out.
Yeah, it's great too that the NFL Networks has picked it up. They're going to be covering it. There's going to be a game on national TV tonight, so I'm really excited for it. I'm really happy that a lot of Notre Dame alum are in there. You mentioned Niles and Greer. You got Matt Redfield and a couple guys like that out there too. That are Amir Carlisle. So you're going to see a lot of former familiar faces. So that's exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a pretty cool opportunity for those guys, and they're making pretty good money too. So it's a pretty good scenario.
Not a bad deal. Nick, just wanted to give you a chance here before we sign off to let people know how they can kind of keep up with your journey and WishFest and all those types of things. Let people know how they can get a hold of you and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Nick Weishar 82. So that's a good way. I kind of try to keep everybody updated on that. And I said wishfest.com earlier for foundation details too, and that's all over my Twitter and Instagram too. So just want to thank you guys for the opportunity to get on the show, and hope everything's going well.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate you, and definitely hope to catch up with you down the road and maybe see you one day down at WishFest.
Awesome. That sounds great. Thank you, guys.
All right, man. Go Irish. Take care.
Go Irish. Bye.
All right, once again, another absolute stud on and off the field, Nick Weishar, wishing him the best on the pro day. Let's talk a little AAF real quick. We mentioned that. We're going to be signing off here in a minute, but AAF starts tonight. Super, super excited. Nate and I's home team will kind of be the Fleet playing out here in San Diego at the former Chargers home, so it'll be kind of fun to go and check out some games. They, unfortunately, happen to be the one team without a freaking Notre Dame player, so that sucks, but whatever. But Max Redfield's going to get a chance to play for the Birmingham Iron. Tyrion Folston is playing for the Atlanta team, I think, the Apollos. He's actually starting running back tonight, so excited to see him play. You got Greer Martini playing. Niles Morgan's on the Arizona Hotshots. Ben Turk, former punter, is on the... I don't know. We posted it on our Twitter the other day. So you got Ben Turk out there. John Monalis, who's a lineman who ended up transferring to Virginia, is out there as well. I'm trying to think of some of the other guys we were just talking about. Amir Carlisle, I mentioned, playing with Max at Birmingham. It's escaping me now. But anyways, there's a lot of Notre Dame guys out there playing, which is really great to see. Going back to the recruiting talk real quick, again, if you want to jump on, we have another couple minutes to talk about recruiting or AAF or Drue or Nick Weishar. Some of the early enrollees that came on board that I'm really excited to see getting that extra weight room time with Coach Bayless. Zeke Carell, 6'4", 285 offensive lineman. Quinn Carroll, 6'6", 295-pound offensive lineman, both 4 stars. Jacob Lacey, a kid that is going to be an absolute beast on that D-line. He's a 4-star. I think he should have gotten that 5th star. He's 6'2", 285 defensive tackle. Andrew Kristofik, 6'5", 282 offensive lineman. John Olmstead, another offensive lineman I'm really excited to see. He's a 4-star, 6'6", 300 pounds, coming out of St. Joseph's, New Jersey. Nana Sofo-Mensah, also another early enrollee who's getting that work. He's a 4-star defensive end. Hunter Spears is an early enrollee, 6'4", 280-pound defensive tackle. Kyron Williams, a running back that I think you're going to hear a lot about. He's a 4-star, 5'10", good size, 200 pounds out of Missouri. Jack Kaiser. Jack Kaiser is the kid that jumped like 48 points in the recruiting rankings recently. He just is coming out of nowhere. He's a 3-star, but could have picked up that 4th. And then our new punter, our successor to Tyler Newsome, Jay Bramblett, is another early enrollee. Kyle Hamilton, as a lot of you know, the safety, picked up his 5th star through some of the off-season or the postseason workouts, so that's great. Zay Rutherford, we mentioned him. He's out of Jesuit here in San Diego County. Litchfield, Javon, another safety that's got a lot of exposure. That guy looks like a grown man. I don't know if you saw his recruiting tape. Let's see, some other guys. Maris Latufu from Hawaii, and keeping that Hawaii tradition going, like Robbie Toma, Cam Hart. I mean, this class is really, really loaded. A lot of defensive players. I think the next class is when you get some of the other guys like Drue Pine, some of the successors to Phil Jerkovic and guys like that. So the future is bright. I've seen the recruiting class as high as 8 and as low as 14. So somewhere in that middle, maybe a 10, 11th ranked class is pretty dang good. Good haul from Coach Kelly. So looking forward to the guys coaching them up and getting fired up there. Yep. So anything you want to add before we sign off, bud?
I just want to say that it doesn't make any sense for any other fan to go on Notre Dame's Instagram page and comment something. That's just a waste of time to me, but whatever.
Dang. Shots fired by Nate.
Yeah.
I like it. Okay. Well, good luck to all the guys at the Combine. We'll be back on February 23rd, around that time frame, talking a little bit Notre Dame Fantasy Football Camp. We'll be getting another guest on. Going to try to get Tyler Newsom for that one, so we'll try to bring Tyler on for the 23rd. Appreciate everybody watching. Appreciate all the support. Once again, check out our sponsors, Legends and Goats, and then we mentioned the Executive Global Tours in the comment section below. Big thanks to our producer extraordinaire, producer of the stars, Matt Korn McGinnis, the AC and Heating God. If you want to go to their company, what's your company name now?
Smart Choice Heating and Air.
Smart Choice Heating and Air. Go check them out. They are the best in heating and air that you'll ever find anywhere in the world. So call them for all your heating and air needs. And with that, we'll go ahead and sign off. Go Irish, and enjoy the AAF games tonight.
It's only